Have you ever wondered how to select a new launch unit that can have the greatest return? So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some examples. What are the things to look out for in order to maximize returns in a new launch unit? So firstly, we have Irwell Hill. This is an example that I've used before because we have comparisons like Zion Grand and Promenade Peak, and this is in the River Valley area. So let me ask you a question. For example, if you have the same budget, now you have an option to either go for a pool-facing unit or a road-facing unit. And mind you, the road-facing unit is quite noisy. So this is the road-facing unit, and then this is the pool-facing unit. So the pool-facing unit is very, very nice lah. The road-facing unit, you have the tennis court by the side, and River Valley Road is quite a heavy road. For the same price, about the same floor level, which one will you choose? I think most of you would agree to choose the pool-facing unit because it's nicer. But interestingly, while the size is about the same, 678 to 667 square feet, the returns are very different over here. So I've tried my best. This is purchased around the same time period in 2021, sold around same time period in 2025, June to August period. The returns are quite different. So why is this the case? Because floor plan. So this is a floor plan issue. This on the left is the 678 square feet, and on the right is the 667 square feet. So let's look at the 678 square feet first. Firstly, you come in to the main entrance. There's a nice foyer over here, which I personally like because I think that a foyer space is good. You can put some shoes, and most importantly, there's more privacy. If you come back home or you have a delivery, you open the door, the people outside can't really see how's your house like from the outside, and that gives you extra privacy. More importantly, the kitchen comes with window, the toilets comes with windows, and then living, the bedrooms are about the same. I think that is about the same lah. Another key thing that I think is different from the 667 square feet layout would be the dining is separated from the living area. So previously, I've also mentioned before, I prefer dining to be separated because if in a floor plan, I can separate the dining, that means that the dining and the living areas are bigger. On the other hand, 667 square feet, yes, you have a tucked-in kitchen, but firstly, from the main entrance, there is no private foyer. You come in, that's it, you open the door, the delivery man, everybody can see how your unit is like. The privacy is not really there. Secondly, the kitchen, as I mentioned, while tucked in, that's good. And there's also this glass feature which is good, but it does not come with a window. The window is missing over here. Now, thirdly, the dining and the living side by side. This seems to look okay on the floor plan, but actually in real life, it will be quite cramped. Because why? This dining 4-seater is just a generic 4-seater, but trust me, when you go and shop for furniture, every 4-seater sizes are quite different. What if the one that you see is a bit bulkier? And you will find yourself having more difficulty to fit in your 4-seater dining and your 2 to 3-seater sofa set. But another key important thing would be your bathrooms do not come with windows because this unit is not a corner unit, therefore there's no space to build windows for this. And because of that, even though this is pool-facing unit, this is road-facing unit. For River Valley, of course, there are people who buy 2-bedroom for own stay and for investment, but 678 square feet definitely is a better, more superior layout, more livable, and therefore in the resale market, when people step into the house, they are more willing to give you a higher price. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, the 678 square feet, they profited more than 2 times more in this case. Then we have another example. Penrose, this is in Aljunied area, a relatively new, just TOP kind of project. For the same budget, about $1.33 million, will you choose a 3-bedroom facing the highway, and this is a very, very busy highway, it's the PIE, or would you go for a 2+ study, sort of pool-facing unit lah, not directly pool, but inward-facing unit, definitely quieter? Which would you go for? Now, this one may be a bit difficult because some people, wow, I need a 3-bed, definitely I go for it. But what if you are a single or a couple? You have the choice to either go for the 2+ study or the 3-bed. Which will you go for? If you choose the 2+ study because it's quieter, then, well, you still make money, just that you don't make as much as your neighbor who bought the highway-facing 3-bedroom. So let's look at the layout. On the left, we have the 2+ study, kitchen, no window, no foyer as well. Once you come in the main entrance, that's the entire unit, and you can only put a 4-seater dining over here. Well, there's a good study area over here. Bathrooms don't come with windows as well. So pretty standard 2+ study layout without the windows. That's quite standard. But dumbbell layout, definitely your living area will feel a bit smaller because of the walls and how they are built. On the other hand, the 3-bedroom, you have a foyer over here. You have a nice glass over here which allows lighting to enter in the dining and in the living area. It's noisier but brighter. Dining, you can fit a 6-seater over here. It's big. 3 bedrooms, all 3 bedrooms can fit a queen size at least. Kitchen comes with windows, that's good. Bathroom comes with windows, that's important. And that's why the 3-bedroom, for about the same purchase price of $1.33 million, they perform better, they sold better in the resale market as a 3-bedroom. Of course, to some people, it's like, it's no brainer ma. If you can buy a 3-bedroom, why not? But sometimes it's a bit difficult because you have a very lousy facing because it's facing highway and you are afraid that, resale times, can you sell or not? So some people may just go for 2+ study because anyway they can go. But in this case study, we can see that if that comes a situation where the 2+ study and the 3-bedroom pricing is very close, even if you have a lousier facing, as long as your layout is better. Because this 2+ study layout is really not that good. So as long as your 3-bedroom layout is better, people will go for it, even though the facing may not be that great. Now I've come to my last example, Florence Residence. This is interesting. Would you choose an unblocked pool facing this way for 120k more compared to this unit facing inwards and a partial pool view? Well, some people buy for own stay, they may say, yeah, sure. I mean, this stack 30 over here is like the nicest. It should be able to hold the value very well, things like that, because it's unblocked and Florence itself is quite cluttered. So some people may be willing, but let's see how they perform. So stack 30 is the unblocked pool facing unit. This unit was sold before TOP and their profits was about $243,000. While the partial pool facing unit sold a bit later, they made much more money and earned much more money. Of course, this one I have to say that there is some factor of the TOP effect. So in my next video, I'm going to go through when should you exit a property. For Florence Residence, being outside Central Region project, owner-occupier estate, 3 bedrooms, usually you should sell after TOP and your gains are much better. But my point here is this, more importantly, the entry price is also very different between the partial pool and the unblocked pool facing. So developer also knows, they also know that this has an unblocked facing. I'm going to charge you a premium and maybe you feel that the premium is worth it. Some people may be willing to pay $120,000 more and they buy. But because this premium is very substantial, that is why even the partial pool facing unit, the gains are much higher. So this is the point I want to drive across. Of course, if the premium is very little, maybe 50 PSF or at most 80 PSF, 100 PSF, maybe it's okay. But in this case, it's a substantial difference in terms of the amount. If you especially want to sell before TOP, then that is very challenging. So in this case, because you can buy cheap, the profits is much higher. So yes, today is a very short video. I just want to share some key examples on how to select new launches because these days we see all the new launches keep flying, right? Like every launch is like 90% sold, 80% sold. How do you really select a unit and whether are all units that good? So obviously some units are going to outperform the rest depending on how developer price a unit, depending on the layout. So a lot of factors are involved and these are some things to look out for when you are buying your own unit, because especially if you are buying to make money, then I think these factors are very important for your consideration. I hope you learned something over here. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. You really help me grow. And what do you think? What are other key lessons or key factors that you have learned over the years or that you think that will be good to know? Please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be really looking forward to them. If not, I will see you in the next one.